I didn't have any of that preview running live on YouTube. It's all good, YouTubers. The video guy lost his job and I took over, and I am a novice. It's okay. Learning how to use this OBS. It's all right. I guarantee one thing. We know how to trade. And that's all that matters. The video, not so much. Video, not so much.
OBS looks good.
All right. Let me see here. VIX is up, huh? Let's go over while we're waiting on the traditional markets to open up. Got them behind on my coffee intake too. What's Bitcoin doing here? New weekly. Still contracting. Negatively correlated. Clean chart. No div on either side. No div on either side. All the fishers are down on the weekly now. Well, they tried to turn up. Let's see here. When did we get
Can I ask the stupid question again?
Sure.
How does this RMZ Z-score mess with your observations for the future? Does it sort of hit its limit out there, looking for a cross? I know that those are probability levels or something. And is it looking for continuation to the downside or for that RMS Z-score, or is it wanting to turn around?
This weekly? Yeah, I mean, this weekly is, it's pretty high in those confidence intervals. We did have the first outlier here. Didn't quite make it, but then we had this 5 day. This is what, the 5 day? Let me go over the weekly again. There we go. Yeah, so the 5 days up there. The weekly's got some room to run, but let me look one more time. So 5 day, 3 day, 2 day.
I might be lagging, but I think I'm looking at your Dixie. If you have Dixie up.
I think you're lagging. No, I'm on BTC now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's just lagging. But it looks like on the weekly, you can see, right, this outlier to the downside and this variance turned around. Positively correlated. Clean div. Like I said, the volatility's contracting, negatively correlated though. Entropy going sideways. Not in trend. Definitely still random. Let me see here. You know what? I mean, Z-score's got some bull div. Z-score has bull div. I mean, if these fishers had turned up, so did the fisher. DLP's got bull div. There's just none on the returns oscillator. And that's my, my go-to. If it's not on the RO and it's on other things, I kind of take... I step back a little bit. I definitely step back a little bit. Go this 3 day real quick. See if there's a little bit of, well, I'll tell you what, man, these 3 day fishers are so low. Goodness gracious, they're way down by the 3SD band, all of them. Except, well, we got this low length up by the 1. It's the only one that turned up with the last couple 3 day candles. Yeah, we got these wicks. This could set up a nice bounce on the 3 day off the zero mean with some bull div. Starting to trend. Volatility's flat. Sloping positive. 2 day expanding positive. Interesting. Could be setting up bull. Here's the bounce on the zero mean right here. Possibly on a 2 day. When's this 2 day? Today. Get a new 2 day candle today. We close this lower low, get a bounce on the zero mean here. Of course, all the pattern traders are just waiting. Oh, man, this is going to dump. Be careful. Could the market dump? Yeah. Shit's all twisted in crypto right now. Who knows? We got this outlier, right? We got this outlier going on. I'm usually not with the news, but people lost a lot of money. People are fucking afraid of this market. I was listening to a couple people talk, and I was just like, wow. Just some traditional investors, and also Eric Voorhees did a little interview. Where the hell did I see that at? It was real good. He was talking about it all. Because everybody's like, oh, this was a Ponzi, and Bernie Madoff, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's just theft. Wasn't a Ponzi. It wasn't a Ponzi at all. The guy
What if
stole
yeah.
customer funds, sent the customer funds, pretty much loaned it all to Alameda. I mean, it's insanity to cover his bad losses. Everybody's like, oh, Sam's a great trader. No, he's not. He's just like every other supposed great trader out there. They're worthless, man. They're worthless. It's insane.
Can't balance the book, bro.
It's like, but he was a market maker, man. He was a market maker. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what does that anything to do with being a great trader? Zero. Because most of them fucking suck. Most of them don't last very long.
51% good trades, and then the house will trade against you.
Good. Yeah.
The fucking long and short in between the houses, how long? It doesn't make a difference.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting for that.
Yeah, this is... So the volatility is flashing. The 525 is flashing on the daily. And just on the daily, these APPs have been down there. I mean, selling's exhausted. Not saying you can't sell more when you're tired. But, yeah. I mean, it's just been contracting volatility. The last 4 days, contracting volatility, sloping up positive. Getting this walk down right to... It's actually a little bit below the 68.3, isn't it?
I'm quickly stuck on Discord here.
Let me see here. You sound like you're in a tunnel. What are you doing? I don't know what he's doing. It's all good. But yeah, so these APPs and grades at 0. Goodness gracious. This volatility on the daily, man. See if anything's sticking out here. I mean, this DLP has got some, I mean, for what, 1, 2, 3, almost 3 weeks building this bull div. Random price action. This thing's dying to go into trend on the daily. Dying. That's when people, like I heard somebody recently say, the markets are totally random. No, they're not. They're not totally random. Now, if you're not using entropy or, I mean, there's a couple other, I say decent indicators that somebody else made that I don't look at anymore. I mean, our entropy indicator, top digits, it's the best. It's the best out there, in my opinion. But, yeah, entropy is going to show you when the market's trending and when it is random. People want to deny it. Go ahead. Deny entropy. I don't care. Be on the other side of my trade when we go into trend, you dummies. Let's see here. We got the variance turning up on the daily. Negatively correlated. No outlier. No outlier. This is, I saw SPY too. I'm getting ready to bounce over on the SPY. I want to see what it's doing pre-market, but what's this 4 hour? 4 hour Z-score. Had that outlier to the downside. Did it even get below the 90%? It did not. Interesting. Is there any div at all? Hidden bull. Yes. No, actually. Maybe from way back here. Nope. Okay, so volatility is about a 92% on the 525. It looks like it's flat, negatively correlated. That's what I'm doing. I'm dropping down through here to see if when this market opens, traditional markets open, if we're going to get a dump across the board here. Volatility's not telling me that, though. Everything's going negative while it's contracting. There is hidden bear, though, but man, I mean, even on the 90, got this return oscillator coming down. Not really a big move to the downside either. Be nice if we were getting a lower low on the 90, down around 16. Get a bounce off the zero mean here. Because other than that, Z-score is interesting on the 90. Man, that blew out these confidence intervals on the Z-score. I mean, big time. And that's usually going to work its way back up. So it's just going to be a bear reset, or is the price action going to follow the Z-score log returns? We're about to find out. I'll tell you that. We are getting a big correlated candle right here. That's probably why we're seeing this big wick on the 90. Tried to go up. Not having it. 45 at. What are we seeing here? Yeah, it's just weird price action on all these time frames, just slumping over and there's no div. And there's a little bit hidden bull on the 33 minute. Just random as ever. Contracting, positively correlated. Fisher's down. And having an outlier. Alright, that's about all I need to see. Go to traditional. Let's pop SPY up. Yeah, down to 399, which talked about the on Friday. Talked about the new weekly range coming in at SPY. Talked about it's going to be right around 400. Exactly what's going on. So pre-market dumping out below it. This could be flat to volatility. Oh wait, I'm on a Jesus. God, David. Ding ding ding. Get up here. Okay. So the daily on SPY, this volatility is just crushed. El Crusho. What to think about this? Thank God we have alpha trading indicators. Man, if you're using traditional TA right now, what are you looking at? What are you doing? I'd love to talk with some folks. So yeah, I'm sure your brain is scrambled. Got to know what's going on with the returns, folks. Man, these fishers look strong.
I have the APP up on the daily on the SPY.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they're up. All three of them. Volatility's super low. We had this little
volatility. You said okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, and we had this contraction. It was already low. We got a little bit of expansion, negatively correlated. Got this little down move, but then boom, just floated right back up as it contracted again. The 981 and the 525 and grade, they're all at zero. All at zero. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. 2400 at about an 81. Yeah. When that hangs up like this too, you're usually going to see the 525 and the 981 go back up. I've noticed that over time when it just hangs out, that 2400. I mean, here's another good example, right? Volatility just crushes, wham, right back up to the 2400. Let's see here. It's when we get the real big moves when all three of those lengths are crushed. That's when you need to wake up. Open your eyes. This daily on SPY, though, we talked about this last week. This Z-score. I mean, you can go back. It doesn't like to stay up here. It does not like to stay up here this long. Usually, when you get a Z-score up into these confidence intervals, immediate reversal, usually. You're going to start working your way back. This baby's just been floating around up here. Still having an outlier. There's some hidden bear. Or no, sorry, there's some bear div. Returns oscillator when it turned down on Friday. It's definitely setting up. It's above the zero mean though. This is tricky right here. In my opinion, this thing's just down here around let's see, where are you, SPY? 299. Let's get, before this opens, what do we got? 17 minutes. Let me pop on here. Put this on a 4-hour. There we go. Okay. New weekly. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I mean, this baby is right around where this new weekly is going to be, in my opinion. It's going to be right around 400, 399 area. So this makes sense, this pre-market move. Pre-market move. So it's going to definitely test the weekly. I am interested, though. I can't wait, because I could be a little off on that. Let me get a day. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, man, I'm telling you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was the week. Yeah. Yeah, this data set is like right at the new weekly range with volatility low, especially when you get the 981 crash like that too. There's a big move coming. Was having an outlier to the top side, but like I said, that's just positive drift, man. That's all that is. The volatility contracting, thing just floated right up, or in this case, drifted. That is positive drift. Very interesting. Very interesting, these markets. A lot of fuckery out there. Got to silence all the noise. That's for sure. Just look at the charts. Crypto's another story. Got a big black eye right now. That scares off investors. We all know that. But it'll be back. No doubt about it. But I exited most of it. I mean, really, I'm just deep into Solana. That's about it. I mean, I've got some Bitcoin holdings, but other than that, I'm not even in crypto. Not even interested in trading it right now, to be honest. I'm interested in trading these traditional market options. For sure. We'll let crypto shake out. I mean, in my opinion, at this point, let's go. Let's go down. Give me some really cheap crypto prices. Shit, I'm not afraid.
I need to make back some bad investments, man. I need to go fucking down.
give me some of that give me some of that good cheap crypto.
Yeah, for sure.
Give me some of that $2 Solanas. I doubt it.
The last time I sold it, yeah, fucking up.
I doubt we're gonna get some.
Boys.
What's that?
I said it might see it.
You never know, man.
Yeah.
Well, this thing with Genesis, if it shakes out the way people are talking, it could happen.
Oh, it ain't just Genesis.
Really?
There's
no more than I do. So I don't
have
know
you seen the freaking? Somebody posted that. Just the far-reaching of just Alameda and FTX is just unbelievable.
Well, it's just all like flying, right?
A lot of counterparty, man. I mean, they were doing. Jeez, it's insane. We're gonna find out though. We're gonna find out. I'm surprised people haven't really made a run on these exchanges. I mean, God, people in crypto are wild. Always have been, right? People still got their money on these exchanges, man. Yeah. Which either way, it's a bad thing. Like I'm sitting here saying, get your money off these exchanges. If everybody starts pulling money off these exchanges and does a bank run, we're gonna find out real quick who's caught up in it, who's liquid, who's not. Wow, man. How much of what's real out there? That's a thing. What is real? Hell, none of the money actually. It's all digital. I need to print some dollars. Hell, why not? Everybody else
one of
is.
those machines as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna call Jerome. Be like, let me borrow that thing. I'm gonna print some Crispies. Give me a suitcase of $100 bills to take to Miami.
Crispies?
Crispies.
Is that like cheddar?
Cheddar. Yes. Bring the cheddar. Jesus. Wild Cyber Monday stream today.
You're too old for that Crispies, man.
No shit. I woke up, my back's all sore and shit. What the hell? Oh, I need a vacation. That's the thing with me. I haven't had a vacation in a long time. People are like, oh, I was on permanent vacation. You live in Lake Tahoe, you're just on vacation. It's like you're never not on vacation, so it's weird. This will be actually my first vacation I've had in quite some time. People will be like, why don't you ever go anywhere? It's like, why? I'm in Tahoe. What the hell? Didn't get much better than this. You'd ski powder in the morning and wakeboard in the afternoon. What the hell? That's like D-Gen heaven.
Wow.
D-Gen heaven.
How
Oh, and
far
then
away is Tahoe from Miami?
Oh
I
shit.
only know Tahoe because of a boat.
Fuck about to Miami? About 2,600 miles probably. Literally.
Okay.
Because Tahoe's up in the Sierra Nevadas. I mean, Tahoe's only about a 3-hour drive to San Francisco. So it's and then you know, you got Miami down on the tip of the dick of the United States. So
what's a probably 20-hour drive for you? I would assume from where you're at, right?
From where I'm at right here.
Yeah, it's 21 from Detroit.
Yeah, it's something like that. I think it's only like 18 or something. I think it's only like 18-hour drive, but yeah, screw driving. I'll fly my ass right down in there. And it's been shit, man. The last time I flew was before COVID. I mean, it's been almost 3 years since the last time I flew. It'll be fun.
You got that star on your driver's license so you can hop on a plane?
You know it. You know it.
That would really suck if you didn't have it, bro.
Oh,
Get there and you can't fly.
Yes, I definitely got the star.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Not outing you. I just want to make sure.
You should see my driver's license photo, too. It looks like a prison ID.
Yeah, so does mine.
They don't let you smile. She's like, you can't smile. And then I like make a frown because I'm mad because I can't smile. And then she snaps the photo. Then I'm like, can I see it? She's like, oh, no, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I don't think that's going to be a good one. Prints it off. I'm like, really? What is this, my prison ID? Looked horrible. But oh well. It's all good. We sit here and talk about IDs while we're waiting for the market to open up. Yeah, SPY kind of got stifled right here at 399, right around this new weekly. So that being said, 4 hour, this 4 hour close, yeah, I don't know, man. 4 hour volatility is crushed too, and we're talking and I just said it too. When you get all three of these low, wowzer. The 2400 is at a 4.9. Then you've got literally grade 981 and 525 at 0. Sloping down, negatively correlated. Fishers are all up. Is there any div on the DLP? No, I'll tell you what, man. There was div on this DLP. There's not, though. Got all these highs. They're matching up perfectly. This Z-score is pretty high, though, the log returns. But that's what, when we talk about this Z-score, this is the Z-score of log returns, right? This isn't the Z-score of the data set. So, yeah, man. Got to pay attention because the data set does not have to follow the returns. We know this. That's why we correlate everything. I mean, look right here. On the 4 hour on SPY, the returns oscillator turned down. Look at the correlation. Negative. Look at the data set. Boop, 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 boop. Straight up. You're literally telling you what the hell's happening. It got the first couple candles, but then boom, that returns oscillator turned down. No div though. Actually, no, none. What the hell is
What were you just saying about the DLP?
Just look at the highs in the DLP. It's right up about the 90% confidence interval, flat. The data set up here, little bitty higher highs. I mean, as what I'm saying, there's no bear div on these last 4 hour candles. You would expect to see, right, when we're going into the close, but it closed strong. Definitely closed strong. This volatility crushed like this on the 4 hour. How'd the 90 minute? Probably, oh wow. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We were talking about Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday could be getting ready to slap down some people. I would not be trading these pre-market futures, man. I'm telling you right now. Speaking of that.
Apple's down $4. SPY's down, what, $4, $3? You know what I mean? Oil's down another couple dollars. Dollars down fractionally, and metals are up, right?
Yeah. There's bear div on the E-minis.
I think the big boys were off all last week, and they're coming back, and I think
they want some blood.
The sell orders are already out there.
They want some blood.
Well, I mean, dude, let it rally up like it did last week. Most of the big guys were on vacation, and great, now they can get better prices.
We got here. Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, like I told you earlier this morning, the restaurant was dead. You know what I mean? So maybe they're finally starting to achieve what they needed to do. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Oh, you've also got a market tell, huh? So when the restaurant is empty and
yeah, that's my new way of trading. Yeah, when it's empty, buy. When it's full, sell. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah. How many pizzas I sold last night? You know what I mean? That's how you can figure it out, man.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I got land in Florida, I can sell you too.
Yeah, the pizza shops were hammered last night. Jesus,
Yeah,
man.
I-
Can't find any help either. It's like it's the last place in the fucking world I want to be. Trust me. I mean, that's why I sold out. I sold out fucking 12 years ago or something.
Oh, you were part of it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's just like,
I've not owned one. You own a restaurant, you live there.
yeah,
You know what
I don't want my.
Quality of life is
It's insanity.
quality of life is shit.
And plus,
Owned a bar-
I get in there. I'm a freak in the kitchen, man. I mean, I'm a clean freak. I'm all about order and fucking, you know how kitchens are.
Yeah, I do.
They're very rarely in order, so I'm in there just going nuts.
Yeah, our kitchen, we can't get any help in that kitchen.
I know, it's incredible, man. It is incredible. I mean, that's a thing. We got the inside help. The thing is we got people, but we just hired a bunch of kids. I mean, we got a bunch of kids that can be trained. But if you're not on them constantly, you look over, they'll be on their cell phone or something. It's just like, look, man, we don't roll like that. Come on. Get off your cell phone. You can take a little break and...
Oh, they live on a cell phone, man.
Yeah. I leave mine in the car when I go in. I don't need any more distraction.
Yeah, me too.
Let me see here. But yeah. And you know, it's a fucking lot of delivery. Can't find anybody to deliver. These drivers are making, I don't know. I mean, it's not great money, but hell, they're making $30 an hour.
That's pretty good money, dude.
Yeah, just taking food to people. Like, what the hell? But, yeah.
That's insane. That's insane, actually. One day working as a delivery driver in America is worth more than me getting paid to do the job that I came for.
Right.
A whole month. One
Yeah.
day's work in the States.
Yeah, man.
Fucking nuts.
You want to talk about it?
Just a therapy session.
Yeah, you want to talk about it a little more?
No, I'm just saying. I'm like,
Oh, I hear you.
no excuse to be broke then.
No.
Yeah, but you got to understand, though, dude. You got to understand here that it's all relative to what that $30 an hour will spend, because for example, I go to Kroger. Okay, I'm a daily shopper at Kroger. Okay,
Yep.
and I get those stupid fuel points that they get. So at the end of each month, I look and see how much I average spend. So for the last 6 years, I average about $400 to $500 a month at Kroger. In the last 6 months, it's double.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not buying anything new or different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prices are jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, prices have
They
doubled.
got half.
I bought me and the dogs a couple steaks the other night. I was like, what the fuck? They're like $20 a pop. I was like, okie doke. Well,
There's a bubble goose, man.
yeah, what the hell, man? You guys take bubble goose? I'll give you some fancy JPEGs for that piece of meat there.
It's extremely crazy what's happened. I mean, look at what'd you pay a pound for meat? $13 a pound at Kroger?
Yeah, I think so.
Insane.
Yeah, big time. It's
That is
crazy.
insane.
I got home last night, threw them babies in the fucking cast iron. Those two dogs' ears were like, doing. What are you doing up there, boss? Like cooking you some meat, baby. They like it rare. I just smacked it on the ass and threw it to them. All right, traditional markets. Let's see. Let's get over here. We're going to get this new weekly range here real shortly. Real shortly. We're just biding our time talking about meat. Letting the dog in. Come on, girl. Get up here. Come on. Come on, wild man. Come on. Hey, wolf hunter. Get up here. Come on, bud.
Okay, bro. I'm coming.
Warlord, get in. Come on.
Hey, African, how's things going with you? How's school?
Things are going all right.
Yeah. So
No,
your semester's got to
I've
be
had to
almost
take, like,
over.
Yeah, we're starting exams now on the 6th of December. I've actually had to take like 2 weeks off. Desensitize myself from the trading. Just too much anxiety. So yeah, man, now I'm like running around, getting back into a normal life. And I'll start studying this afternoon and tomorrow. A little bit depressed by it. Shouldn't be studying, but yeah, bro, gotta grab life by the balls and move on with it. So yeah, I'm happy days, G.
That's
Happy
good,
days.
man.
Gotta keep your head above water.
You absolutely do. You got to have the right attitude, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Because if
Do the shitty things so that the good things are good. That's what I know. Is.
Ding, ding,
that's
Train time.
ding,
Thanks for asking.
ding.
Why have Tasty Works open? I guess I did not know that.
And ladies and gentlemen, where's the center of the weekly range? 399.31.
What?
Top side's 400.82. So that's exactly just, I mean, we talk about this all the time, how powerful this indicator is. So pre-market, what does SPY do? Just dumps right down to the center of the weekly. So now, bottom side 397.8. So we're coming off this real tight weekly. Where did SPY range? We already know. Fuck yeah, it did. I mean, look at, just bam, bam, bam. Top side, downside, top side. Major trending last week, and that's what you got to realize too. It's not just going to be a trend one way. Sometimes maybe, but a lot of the times you get those tight ranges, it's just going to be all over the place. Trending both ways, because it's you get a tight range like that last week, man, they're magnets, man. But the way SPY ran away from it, this is a no-brainer. I mean, everybody's bearish as hell, right? Be careful, bears. Be real careful. I'm telling you. This is going to be a big day here to see what happens. SPY probably going to rip up here to the top of the weekly to test that. Let me see here. We already saw those volatility reads, right? Low on the daily, crushed on the 4 hour, crushed on the 90 minute. Then you get a tight daily range like this. What is that, 7 cents? 7 cents on the SPY? Huh. Wow. Very tight. Is that a magnet? Yeah, it is. But here's the thing. Look where we closed. It's been tested. We gapped down through it. So, if you see... Let me see here, man. Real quick. Where is the bottom side? There's the bottom side of... Where is the bottom side of the 68.3? Give me 1 second here. Is that baby... Where are you, little booger? If this candle's over it. There's the top side right here, I believe. Yeah, the bottom side. Hold on here, man. What in the heck is happening? Is it up here? Or is it at the 68.3? Way the hell up there. But no, the daily open. That should be the 95.4. I just think it's buried underneath everything right here. But I don't see, is that at 397 or is that the 4 hour? No, that's the 4 hour. People are like, this guy didn't even know how to read his charts. Oh, yes, I do. You just give me a second. I need this to populate. What time is it? Yeah, I can get a couple candles. Let me flip this down to a 1 minute.
Market rally. Look at that run up.
Oh, yeah.
To the R1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. SPY's ripping right up to the R1. Is that the R1?
It's the...
Dude, I love this new trading view, man. I got unlimited charts now and unlimited indicators.
Yeah. No, here's the thing. So here's the tight daily. SPY pre-market gap down through that tight daily. Gap down through all the support levels.
Wow, look at that.
This was the S4 down here. Center of the weekly. This is a no-brainer. This thing's ripping back up. It was outside of the volatility range to begin with. Plus, you got this tight daily that probably is going to want to get retested.
Yeah, 402. Yeah, I would agree with you.
So this is going to be a interesting day. You've got the volatility, the entire volatility range. We've talked about this before. When you get that entire volatility range inside the 1 SD on the daily, it's pretty powerful. Here's the 1 SD to the downside right here. And there's the top side at 407. Real wide first standard deviation range. And look how tight the daily is. Holy crap, man. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I have never seen a daily range with all the support and resistance levels. 1.39%. Good Lord. This thing's going to fly. So, that being said, which way? Well, we're back up. We definitely gapped down below the center of the weekly. Now we're back up above it. Now we're back up in at least in the daily volatility range, the entire range. That being said, yeah, this is imminent, like 400.8 right here, bottom of the or top of the weekly. And yeah, that is. There's the bottom, and that's the bottom side of the 68.3. So you get a rejection here. Say we keep getting wicks into the top of the weekly, into the bottom side of the 68.3, and plus remember we got this monthly, right? This is a monthly resistance level that we gap down through. I'm pretty sure that's the monthly R2, if I remember correctly. Now you see what we're doing right now. Got a wick right to the top of the weekly. If you see a few of these, oh God, that's right. This is on the 1 minute. Let me get back on the 15. So if you see like 15-minute candles, even 5-minute candles getting wicks up into this area and just rejecting, that's when you're going to be want to be on this other chart, looking for some bear div on those low time frames for this thing to turn around. Let me see here.
Oh,
Man,
everything ripped back already.
Let's see here. Oh, SPY. Yeah, and here the volatility's starting to expand, sloping back up positive, coming into total randomness. Yeah,
Reading that
setting up some hidden bull on the 90. But
How
I
do you
want to.
read Wolfsbane right down there?
What's that?
How do you read that Wolfsbane right now?
What time frame?
One you're on right now. It's fine.
33 minute.
Yeah,
What?
just, or the ATCOV, the variance. How you reading that variance? And that's what I meant. Your variance.
Yeah, the variance. Well, with that pre-market move, I mean, it started having an outlier to the downside. But I mean, dude, it's already pulled back up. It already retraced the whole fucking whole damn move. Let me see here. But that pre-market move, I mean, shot the volatility to a 76% from literally a 0 on the 33. Negatively correlated, starting to drop in the trend. But that's what happens with these pre-market moves. You'll immediately throw these indicators into that position, but then flip real quick. I mean, look at the Z-score on the 33 minute. It's already down to 95% confidence interval with an outlier. I mean, that pre-market move just wham, just slammed that thing down in. See the 15 minute. Yep, you can see the outlier. People that'll confuse people. Wait, that's a bull candle. Why are we having an outlier to downside? Because hello, that pre-market move dumped out like what, 5 points, something like that. God, the DLP outlier is massive. Everything just massive, big massive outliers. 100 percentile on the 15 minute, first 15 minute candle. And I mean, look, literally we're outside Laplace distribution on the 15 minute. That pre-market just shot us outside the distribution. So there's a 99.7% chance this thing pulls up above 401.24. 95.4% chance we get back up almost to 402. Which is, right? Bam. The tight daily. So we get up above top of the weekly, bottom side of the 68.3, monthly R2. You get up here, start closing 15-minute candles. This thing could run to the top side of the volatility range, which is tight. It's only at 404.99. But seeing how this volatility is expanding on those lower time frames, and we got this thing could trend all over the place. We're going to get a trend today, but it's, in my opinion, this thing could just be hammering in this entire volatility range, not letting anybody get into a good position unless you're scalping like the 1 minute, 5 minute chart, getting down. That was, I just read on Tastyworks, right? They can define you as a day trader if I think it's 3 a week. If you get out of a trade in the same day, 3 in a week. If you have what do they call it? Tasty bite. I think it's anywhere from like $2,500 account to $25K account. That they, I forget what they do. They might halt your trading. You have to have a bigger than a 25K account to day trade on Tastyworks is what they're saying. Which they're just trying to protect their traders, new traders probably, from degenerating out on options. Degenerating out. I'd rather build a portfolio, monthly explorations, just get a nice, then try to balance the Greeks. That's what I'm really working on right now. I haven't thrown on a bunch. I want to really make sure you get. It's just you got to balance out your portfolio. That's one reason why you do need to know not all the Greeks, but you know, definitely delta, the deltas, theta, for sure are my two big ones. I want to know exactly what they're at. Let me see here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and this dollar bounced right off its daily. Let's see. Wow, that's a tight dollar range too. And you can see, right? So the dollar opens up with a nice tight daily. What's it do? It opens up, goes up. What's it test? Goes up, tests its new weekly. Got a wick right to it. Well, no, not quite, but went up. Almost tested the center of its new weekly. Then just dumped the hell out. All the way down to the R2, or S2, sorry. S2 on the daily. Bounced right off of it. Got a perfect wick. Now here we are. Back up in the 68.3 Laplace. Getting interesting. The E-minis. Boom. Wick right to the center of the weekly. What's it doing? What's it doing? That's what I'm looking for, though. Having this nice tight daily range on SPY. This is an area of interest to see what side these 15-minute candles are we going to get a blast through, find support there to move to the top side of the volatility range. Top side of the weekly, which is, or no, that's the actually R1, 405. Now that would make sense. This thing wants to move to the top side, get a wick up into there, and then pull back down by the daily, back up into this range somewhere. That would get some people roughed up. Run this thing up to like 405 and then dump it back down by the daily around 402. Cyber Monday. Let's go. Now let's take a peek. Doing. You know what first? Yeah, let's keep it on SPY. I want to see what just happened with that open. And this is what I was talking about too. Would not be surprised. Let me turn off this lower length RMLR to get this power mean tested. Where's that at? 393. 393.87. Well, that's not happening today, in my opinion. 393. Yeah, I mean, it's outside. Hell, that's below. That is probably 2SD and 95.4 Laplace. No, kind of no man's land. Yeah, that's not happening today. But if it does want to go down and retest that power mean, that could be happening in the next couple days. But this is, overall, SPY looks good. This is what people, trade another way. You can trade however you want. But this reverse mean of log returns, these power means, the distribution, just it's in general, you got to know where these data sets are, man. You get back up above this power mean, it's powerful. It's hard. I mean, getting rejections, big time. Rejection, rejection, rejection. Huh? Interesting. This is the second week we've opened above it, right? The last time we did close the weekly candle above that power mean, immediately just went up, went through the 68.3 Laplace, closed the week right on top, and then dump. Even had a slow little, almost tested it again. Let's move. Here. Where's my drag and drop? There you are, baby. Let's move your ass up here. Yep. Yeah, which makes sense. SPY's beating up against this 95.4 Laplace on the distribution projection. Very, very nice. Very nice. That's what I wanted to see on SPY. You know what, Dixie? What are you doing, Dixie? Dixie looks weak. Remember, we were talking about this. Man, you see this power mean on the weekly turn down? lose its slope. Goodness. Because once Dixie dropped down through this reverse mean, where is the 11 length? Yeah, it's way up high too. Does not look too good. But the E-minis, yep, they look great too. Boom, boom. Anything else? Where was Nike at? And so this is interesting too. This is why I was looking at Nike. Look where Nike's at. All right, we all know. So Nike had a nice run. It's getting stifled by this power mean right now. Getting stifled by the power mean. Where is the 11?
What's the difference between a power mean and a simple moving average? You know?
Yeah, well, the power means it's like the mean of log returns. So just it has nothing to do with moving
based on log returns rather than
exactly.
So would that be the same thing between a moving average and a wave trend?
So Funk, quick thing, G. An SMA will be this number. It will be 5 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus whatever, and then it's going to have a final output. They're just adding the numbers together. What the logarithmic shit is doing is it's taking the percentage difference between 5 and 7, and now that's a number in percentage numbers. They gather that input. Then they'll take the next difference between 7 and 3, so it will be a negative input. And then they add that up, and then 3 and 5, and they add that percentage up. And then that percentage point that you're working out the difference of is the line that is plotted. So it's a different way of getting an SMA, but an SMA is an SMA. It's a stochastic process.
That's
actually.
right.
Yeah.
The reason I ask
just to throw it in.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not questioning anything here. The reason I ask this is I have always run a 9 and a 48 exponential moving average. It's just something I've done even when I was making markets. That's the only real basically TA that I ever used.
Yeah.
And so I stopped that when I started with you guys, and I put it back on a chart. I don't know, sometime last week, and remember I was telling you on my RWT I moved one of them to a 9 channel. Remember I was telling you that?
Yep.
They're almost identical. Not identical, but they run along the same, more or less the same parallel. There's small differences between it, but my point is, but the reverse wave trend is not a exponential moving average, right?
I would have to read over what the reverse wave trend is, but I'm sure it would be where now it's just explaining where we'll have that negative number that will just form between 5 and 7, like, okay, that's negative, that's going to bring it back to 0. Yeah. It could be all those output points that we're going to add up to make the logarithmic line. It could be their anti-number.
Anti-number.
Right? So it could, if it's -2, it could be +2. Yeah. And then that's plotted.
Got it.
Sorry, I don't know, but I would have to.
No, you answered it. I appreciate it. I'm just was curious if
I appreciate it too. Good job. That's why we have him around.
Yeah. He's a scholar here.
He fresh in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay fucking in first year for the last 3 years. Let's go.
It took me 7 years to graduate college. Don't worry about it, man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I failed accounting 4 times. So what do you want me to tell you? And then I just never took it again.
Hey. So you passed.
Counting 1. In those days, it was all paper and pencil.
Yeah.
Who had the time? There was too much beer to drink.
Whoa, way too much. Speaking of beer to drink, we're going tailgating shortly.
Yeah, go, by the way.
We got Monday Night Football in Indianapolis.
Yeah, they're coming there. They're coming there. I actually got an invite to go down there to see the Big Ten championship.
Oh, nice. It's a great place to. I mean, Indy. It's the #1 convention spot in the country. People don't even know that it is.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, #1 convention spot, and I mean, if you're gonna come and see like a sporting event or something, it's just downtown's awesome, man. Downtown is it's not your grandfather's nap town anymore. Put it that way. I mean, there's a lot of good shit downtown. Lots of great restaurants, hotels, everything's so centrally located. So conventioners coming, right? I mean, hell, you don't even need a car. You're just walking everywhere. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I'm sure it's a big deal for the Big Ten championship. I think they're playing Purdue there. Michigan is.
Boiler up.
I don't know. They whipped the shit out of Ohio State there, man. That's the big game of the year for us.
Right. So this is interesting here on BTC. So I got the 11 length RMLR up. You can see, man, we're just trapped right up under it. Right up under it. Barely, but yeah, we are. You turn on the higher length. We got a little scissor action going. Not the fun kind either. Let's see. I mean, look at this data set. Just trapped right between these RMLRs. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Jeez, micros. Good Lord. Getting a big old 15-minute candle here. Yeah. Gotta keep an eye on SPY here. This is in a real precarious spot. If it keeps rejecting, this will move to the downside. Here's the thing, though, we just talked about. I mean, the bottom side of that volatility range is, boom, just a tick under 400. I could see this thing, while it's figuring it out, just get stuck right in here. Just a tight little range, and then something's going to pop. Something's going to pop. SPY, what are we on, the 15-minute? You can see how quick that outlier change to the top side. Z-score's turning up. Volatility. Now, this is what you want to see, right? We got that pre-market, boom, expansion to 100%. Negatively correlated, of course. Now it's contracting. Significantly negatively correlated. Trending. Surprised that the predictor didn't flip. All those, look how tight this 15-minute Fisher band is. Whee! You can see it. It's way tight. They're turning down right now. But the Z-score is so low. The volatility's contracting. Shannon entropy is building. Predictor says to the downside. That could flip real quick. So yeah, we're back in the Laplace distribution immediately. Second 15-minute candle. You're not going to stay outside of here. Boom. Period. Just doesn't work like that. That's why it's all probabilities. We keep it pretty simple. It's all just probabilities, everything we pretty much do. That's why, you learn all these that's what's great about this. You come to alpha trading and you learn how to volatility trade, you have no idea. You're setting yourself up for a great career trading options. You really are. You're not like jumping into options and you're like, oh shit, what's this volatility stuff? Oh, so now I got to learn about volatility if I want to trade options? Yeah, man. That's what it's all about. You're learning volatility first. So then when you go and you start learning options, it's going to come a lot easier to you, especially because they're always talking about standard deviations. And that immediately starts confusing people big time. It's like, no, same, bell curve, right? Remember it from school? You can apply it to every aspect of your life. Every aspect of your life. Don't think when I hit the club, I'm not throwing up a distribution model on the dance floor and being like, okay, what's the probabilities here? Let's go. Where's the warlord? Let's go out. Can't believe you're not coming to the mixer. Should have UPS'd your ass here. Put some holes in a box.
Yeah, to be brutally honest, if I bought the NFTs like yesterday, yeah, I'd have showed the grands to get there. But unfortunately, I spent that money on the NFTs and not the plane tickets. And not the experience.
I know, right?
So I gotta get the best I can out of it at the moment.
Totally. It's not too late. We could just ship you.
Dude,
I wouldn't risk it.
Grab a wheel.
Grab a wheel. Yeah. Emirates.
Grab on the landing gear.
Sure.
By the time you get here, you might be a little frozen.
Yeah, true.
Sunny Miami, you'll thaw out a little bit.
You got a down coat?
How far away is Miami? How far away is Miami?
From you?
How far away is Miami? I'll show you.
Me?
Yeah.
I could be there, and then honestly, I could be there in about 21 hours.
21 hours on a
I
plane.
could go down to the airport and be there in 3 or 2. I don't know.
All right, well, I have a whale. I'll teach you how to set up a Phantom wallet if you want to go join Boba for a day.
Really?
Go to the mixer.
Yeah, bro.
Well, no, I appreciate the offer. The problem is I got a wife and kid here that probably would be not real happy if I did that. And I'm off the next 5 days too, man, work-wise.
Oh,
Well,
it'd be a
I got
party.
2 whales, so you can bring 4 people.
No, I'm not gonna my wife. Fuck that shit.
Right.
No, it's good, man. I appreciate the offer. I can send her to Zambia. You can hang out with my wife.
Hilarious.
Everybody but me.
Give you a bit of a break, huh?
Right, man. She's fun. She hangs out. She parties hard, man. So, you know, she's just not cool as me.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
doesn't want to get shown up. Is that the issue?
I don't give a fuck about that, dude. There. I've been married too damn long to care.
Yeah, Matt's bringing his wife. I'm gonna try not to get him divorced by the time we leave Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the problem is you're gonna find out everything is good looking in Miami. Dogs, cats, people, fucking cars. It's insane.
Yeah.
Got a good tab.
I can't wait.
Everything's good.
I'm gonna be the pasty white motherfucker with all the tattoos.
Oh yeah. Then you'll fit right in.
Right.
You're gonna fit right in, dude. No, even without question.
There's Bilbo doing push-ups again.
I heard it's hot as balls down there though, right? Like they like the climate. It's like usually it normally cools off by the end of October. It just said it's not. It's still real hot.
Good.
So hopefully you get a nice week.
I'm gonna go hang out on the beach and chill.
Because this is the time. So this is the time where the Americans start going down there, and the Brazilians. Usually the Brazilians are there all summer, and then they leave around this time. So hopefully you get to see that because the Brazilian women are unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be. I'm gonna move down there at some point. I don't know if it's gonna be Miami, but
No, I'm going back down there. I'm gonna go up to St. Augustine area.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean-
that or right around. Just there's a city not too far from Daytona. I like it's like a small town.
I mean, I'd like.
I'm off the top of
My
head,
parents
but-
lived in St. Pete, but they lived out on blah blah blah.
Bro, that's so expensive now. It's insane.
Oh, I
Like,
know.
well, everything there is. I shouldn't even say that. Everything is. You know
I
what
could
mean?
find a little like my uncle had a little place right on the beach. It was pretty freaking inexpensive. Pretty inexpensive, but yeah, I know shit's expensive down there anyway.
God, insane, bro. I mean, seriously, because it's bubble-ish, man. Everything's a bubble. you know?
Right.
I bought my house in '97 for 70 grand. By '01, they were 500,000. That's insane. And then they went back to 100 grand, and then back to 500,000, and now they're probably like 400,000.
Right.
Same house. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's really crazy, man. You know.
Yeah, this
I
thing's
don't know,
not.
everything seems to be topping out here, man. I'm not saying that's the top, but everything's kind of rolling back over, man. A little
Oh
bit.
yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Well, the dollar's gaining some strength there, but that's the dollar's got a problem overhead here with this tight daily range. That thing rejects here. This baby's gonna freaking shoot right back down. Get above it though, man, you're gonna see all this shit dump. Dollar take off. Probably go to the center of the weekly at 106.5 area. That would probably. That's definitely gonna pull these data sets down to the bottom of the weekly. Like I said, SPY's safe today, my opinion. I'll tell you what, right now, if I was trading daily options, man, I'd throw a strangle on like at 405, 405 and like 397. 405 and 397, throw a little strangle. Bam. Because this baby, if anything, is just going to rip around in here. This is like the calm before the storm, in my opinion. This thing is bound to just pop. Pop, pop, pop. Go to the 4 hour here. Yeah, we're getting this volatility expansion. What's it up to now? 32, negatively correlated. The 981 starting to rise. 2400 just flat still. Flat, flat, flat. Fishers are turning down, and there was bear div on the 4 hour. Very interesting. And that's the thing about selling options too. Right? You'll learn real quick. You get the Tastyworks app up and you start throwing positions on. You'll see what defined risk and undefined risk plays are all about. When you got a small account, you're not selling options. You're not going to have enough buying power. Like right now, if I were to just go sell a put and SPY, I need like $4,000 in buying power.
Yeah, you margins. The margin when you're selling, because if you're selling a call, it's unlimited risk.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I wouldn't be. I'm actually. I didn't look, and I don't sell calls, but I would think that it would be a lot more than $4,000.
Yeah, if you're selling option, I mean, you got to take advantage. You got to sell puts, take advantage of the positive drift.
Yeah, the short. That's one of the puts that I can see. But
Yep.
You got unlimited risk the other way around, man.
Yeah, that's why I love the iron condors or the verticals. The verticals are nice too. Just nice define risk plays. You know, if you have a bias, if you're bullish or bearish, you can throw on some verticals. If you're kind of neutral in the volatility, if it's got a high IVR rank, it's like you can just play it. You can play the iron condors and be neutral. Just give it a nice, a wide enough spread, because that's all iron condor is. It's just two. It's just like two different verticals put together.
That's all it is. That, man. I'm not smart enough.
Good. Trust me. If I can grasp it, you can definitely grasp it. It's when you start getting that option shit, I guess you're right. If you simplify and talk to me like I'm 5, maybe then, man, I've never gotten them. I mean, puts and calls is my deal, but right. And that's all it is. You're just putting together two different verticals. Two different verticals.
Is the vertical, off the top of your head quickly?
Here. You know what? Let me.
I could read it on Tasty Works. You don't need to waste time telling me. I'm just curious if you knew if it was simple.
Yeah, totally. So if you're like in a long call vertical, it's like the strike nearest to the money is going to be the driver, right? So for this, a long call. So right here with, this is Nike. So right now Nike's at 106. So I would buy the 110, right? I would buy the 110 call and sell the 115. So selling that 115 call, that's going to cap your profit.
Yeah. Right. It caps it, locks the profit, and that I know, but you're buying the 110 call and selling the 115 call.
Yep.
And then your hope is that the call, the 110 call goes up. But they both go up though. No, because you would lose money. Right?
So this trade right here, you would definitely want this to go up to like 114, right under the call you sold. So that's why, like in this specific trade right here, just one lot, Nike, it's like max profit 312, max loss 187.
Because we're not seeing that on the screen. Is this something you're looking at?
Yeah, you know what? Let me hold on here.
I would just,
No, this will work. Let me window capture. Let me find. Where are you, Tasty Works? Oh, you know what? I can't pull that up. Because it's got it's got like all my stuff.
But it's basically buying a call and selling a call of the same stock, same month. Right?
Exactly. Exactly what you're doing.
And that's called a vertical.
Yep. Those are the verticals. And then an iron condor is just boom. You've got two. You got one to the top side, one to the downside.
So you'd be buying a put and selling a put.
Here. Yeah, exactly. So if you're going to do an iron condor, like this iron condor on Nike right here is what you would be doing. So you'd have a vertical on top where you are literally selling the 100 put, buying the 9. So you're buying the 97.5, selling the 100. Then the calls, you're selling a 110, buying the 115. And so ideally for max profit, but when you're selling, where when you're doing these like defined risk, when you get into 50% profit, boom, I'm taking my profit. And I'm looking for more occurrences. Because most options aren't going to go to expiration. I mean, that's just foolish. You get into 50% profit in option, just take it. Take it. So ideally right here, you want the price to stay in between the put and the call you sold. So in between 100 and 110. It's at 1.5 right now. So it's a tight range, but yeah. I would imagine, and I'm not interested because this what is it, January? The January expiration is still 53 days out. By the time I get back from Miami, it's going to be a little bit over 45 days, and that's when ideally I like to enter an options trade 45 days out. And then 21 days till expiration. That I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything to the position until 21 days out. Then if I need to make some adjustments, or if I'm in profit, I'm going to take it. I don't care what the profit is. 21 days in, boom. If I'm 10%, 20% profit, I'm just going to take it. Look for a new occurrence. That's what it's all about, being profitable. Nothing's different. Same, everything applies the same. Take profit, limit loss. That's why options, these define risk trades, I mean, it's pretty powerful. Like right now, in this Iron Condor on Nike, max loss $237, max profit $263. And I can just increase the quantity, right? Instead of buying 100 shares, I can buy 200 or 300. And then that's max profit 786, max loss 714. And the probability of profit 66%. To get 50%, it's 43%. So that's interesting. Yeah, if that made any sense. 50% of the time, you get 40% of gains. What? Yeah, like he said.
Like he said, yeah, exactly.
But it's like, I don't care how long you've been trading options. You're everybody's new. I mean, you never stop learning. That's what's crazy. That's why I love options. It's just always got you. There's always something new to learn. Pretty crazy. And that's why you can get on that, and you can start making your own, just setting up your own strats just to see what works. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, I've looked at that.
You'll be putting trades on, you know what they're called. Hell, you might make up something new. Because when you start getting into the undefined risk strategies, which is pretty much selling, you better know what you're doing. Better know what you're doing.
About options for people and the layman is if you actually managing your own retirement account, when if you would have been smart enough at the beginning of the year and you thought the market was going to take a shit like it did, you would have sold calls or bought puts against your positions. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you have a portfolio, if you work at Ford and you got all this Ford stock, you'd have been a dumbass not to sell, to be selling calls or buying puts against it earlier this year, or any tech company. They're down. Most of these techs are down 50% this year.
Right.
Or whatever. You look at Apple and look at Nvidia and all these, man. I think that's where a lot of the options get used too. Right?
Sure.
I don't have a portfolio, so
yeah, and I'm gonna really start building mine up going into the new year.
Yeah.
Going into the new year, ride it out.
Yeah.
I want to see at the end of that first year what my percentage of gains is. But like I said, I got to build the account up. I mean, I'm slowly just dumping money into Tastyworks, slowly.
But then you got to make it and trade it. And, that's why the money I trade with, that's why I work the restaurant on the weekend, because I don't use it. All my trading money is just to build up. So I have at least I'm not using just Social Security.
Right. Exactly.
Which don't even be there.
Exactly. I would say no.
I think on our age, and you're probably around the same bracket as me, we may have it. Our children, no.
Children, no. I don't even see how we can get it.
31 trillion in debt. I don't know. At what number does the rest of the world take a look when it gets to 50, 80 trillion, 100 trillion, or does it not even ever matter?
Yeah, apparently it doesn't, because you'd think 30 would be a red flag.
When we got to 4 and 5 trillion, and we got to 1 trillion.
And see, that's what
about 1972 to 1922, we've gone from zero debt to 31 trillion in 50 years.
And so you got all these analysts and everybody, all these fucking media fucks talking about FTX. This is the biggest scam ever. It's like, really? No. The US dollar is the biggest scam ever. Fiat currency is the biggest scam ever. Of course, they just love this shit. See, crypto's bad. No, crypto's great. Blockchain, this hasn't changed anything. Right? This is just, all this was was good old-fashioned theft and fraud. That's all this was, with a crypto wrapper around it. Everybody's like blaming crypto. It's not crypto. It's scammy fucking people. And then you realize all the other people involved, his parents and all this shit. God, dude, this story's sick. And he's just running around in the Bahamas free. We'll see what happens, man. This is a joke, though. This is bigger than everybody.
All these families, or like his family, or just people that got hurt?
No, his parents were involved in all this.
They were?
Yeah, supposedly.
Oh, I hadn't heard that yet. Really?
Yeah.
I think it was his girlfriend's parents were involved somehow with politics.
Oh,
but I gotta tell you, our crypto club sent out a video of Eric Voorhees and Sam, and I could not believe the way. It's the first time I ever heard the guy speak, and this was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, he's scammy.
Oh my gosh, the way the guy spoke.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That vid, yeah.
He says like every other word, like, and I sent out to the crypto club. I said, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This kid is a millionaire." I said, "This is a joke." And then what happens? A week later, the whole thing collapses.
It was like Sam's parents bought a $30 million like estate in the Bahamas, from what I understand. And that's where like all the FTX people that were running FTX, like that supposedly the Sam's girlfriend, little ugly thing with the glasses or whatever.
Right.
That they were just having a big like sex shop going on in the house. Everybody's sleeping with each other, and they were all there. And I don't know. There's something big scammy going on. This was straight up to crush crypto. This wasn't just like, oh, this fraudster. That dude, fucking, he's a goof, man. Yeah, you watch that interview and you're like, there's no way this dude orchestrated this shit.
No, he didn't. I don't even think there was anything orchestrated. Like, because there's no. I know this is gonna. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't think there was any intentional theft going on. I mean, yes, maybe there. Yes, he did. I think there was a couple of loans that went to him. That's one thing. But of the $32 billion market cap that it actually had, I think the real number is only like $9 billion, and the $9 billion was just put into very bad investments and then gone. So either they got themselves upside down in some trading plays, and then they started taking the funds out of their customers to try to make that right. The problem
they lost a bunch of over leveraged trades.
Right, that's my point. So they lost it in trading.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's not like, I don't think there was like, oh, hey, we're going to take $9 billion and then go out and buy property all over the world and hide it and have boats and all that kind of shit. I don't think.
No, Alameda got crushed, so they took all the investor funds on FTX to cover Alameda's debt.
Right. That's my point.
And then, boom.
So they just covered debt. So when, like, as this all goes and plays out, like, I wasn't around in crypto. Now, when the Mount Gox thing, didn't they just go belly up because of theft of people hacking it or something like that? Or
it was an inside job. There are always inside jobs in crypto.
Okay, because like Madoff, the bottom line is Madoff says he still to this day denies that he actually did anything wrong, even though he's spending the rest of his life in jail. Even though they said it was a $65 billion scam, it was only a $13 billion scam. And all the $13 billion, 98% of it has all been now reclaimed and will be distributed starting in 23. So yes, it took 15 years, but yes, they will get their money back because of all the subsidiaries that was luring money in. He actually, apparently he actually stole the money, or it's not like he was just covering losses, even though that's probably what he was doing. You know what I mean? I don't think Sam Bankman-Fried did he steal any money? Does he actually have any money?
Absolutely. He bought assets. He had assets.
Well, I heard he bought that apartment in the Bahamas for $30 million, but like, and of the $430 million that he raised in, this is the thing that's questionable to me, is the $430 million that he raised in 21, apparently $300 million went to him. So yes, that's theft.
Right.
That's but he claims that it didn't go to him, but they're saying the records show that it went to him.
And not only that, P-Funk, there is I think there's a bigger picture at play here that a lot of people aren't talking about, and that's
what is that?
The government's involved. and that the government with this collapse gives the government a right to now let's really truly regulate this this crypto space.
It should be regulated so shit like this doesn't happen. Don't you agree or no?
Dude, this
No,
I watch when
it
all
should be
this comes
regulated
out.
to an extent, but don't forget that's the reason why we like this space is because it is decentralized, right?
Yeah.
This is a crypto takeover to push regulation to. If it's, I'm telling you, I got the tinfoil hat on. This is bullshit. What happened? This didn't just happen from they made some bad trades. This was orchestrated. Right. I mean, I just feel it.
Okay.
So they can push crypto.
I don't know much about it like you guys do, but I'm not trying to be Mr. Naive here saying that, Frank Sam Bankman-Fried didn't get any money, but I'm saying I think he just made, they were so confident and arrogant that they got upside down in trades, and then they had to try to cover their ass by taking other, the customer's money to make the trade even more.
No,
The bottom line is they created their own token and then leveraged it.
Yeah.
That's like, I guess that's the same thing as the U.S. creating their own dollar and then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what happened.
I mean, it's not. I don't mean to laugh. It's comical, but I guess
it's scamming.
But I mean, at least there's a military behind that debt. You know what I mean? So you could say we have a $31 trillion military. I mean, I don't know, whatever you want to say.
Dude.
But I mean. You have to look. I traded stocks. I was a market maker in pink sheets, not NASDAQ. I was at the start, but I went to pink sheets because it was the Wild West and it was less regulated. Because when order handling rules started in '97, that basically said that any order that I ever got on my desk, I had to go at risk 100%, and I had to show it, or I would have to represent that order penny for penny. Well, for 100 years on Wall Street, if I got an order, let's say when stocks were trading at, let's use this like 41 3/4 bid and 42 offer where there was a quarter spread. I might get an order to, buy 1,000 shares at 43, 41 7/8. I could sit at 41 3/4 until someone came in and sold me 1,000 shares at 41 3/4 and then fill my order, and make an eighth. And that's how Wall Street worked for 100 years until order handling rules came. And now they wanted us to do trades flat. Well, obviously, in my head, I was like, well, who the hell is going to make, it's like if it costs me $7 to make a pizza and I can only sell it for $7, how the hell are we going to stay in business?
Right.
And I mean, obviously it worked out. So I went to the pink sheets because there were no rules like that. And so, and down there, it's just pump and dumps. Any stock, 99% of the stocks that are on the pink sheets and OTC bulletin board are frauds or are going to go to zero eventually. And they all do. You know what I mean? And so it was less regulated, but but we still had to have ethics and morals and all that kind of shit that were strictly enforced. And I mean, you have zero rules in this crypto space. There has to be some regulation.
Well, see, this all got twisted because the whole ethos of cryptocurrency is decentralization, and you're your own bank, your keys, your crypto, blah blah blah. Yeah, and then boom, all these centralized exchanges pop up. Here's the biggest problem. People need to pull their fucking funds off these stupid fucking centralized exchanges. If you're going to trade on decentralized exchanges. There are no exchange operators. It's just peer-to-peer, right? Just boom, 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 boom. Just exactly the way crypto's supposed to be. So this whole narrative is being twisted to make the general public that has no clue what's going on with cryptocurrency or blockchain or anything, making it seem like this needs sweeping regulation and blah, blah, blah. You can't regulate cryptocurrency, right? You can regulate the exchanges, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about.
But you can't regulate decentralized exchanges.
But you should be regulating even decentralized exchanges because it doesn't matter. When there's an exchange, is an exchange. It has to have laws and rules. And apparently it doesn't, right?
Well, that's the whole thing of crypto. It's a public ledger. So if there is any fuckery going on, it's going to be That's like who caught SBF? Who found out about this whole FTX thing? Was it like financial journalists poking around like they do at fucking every other big major corporation? No,
CZ.
it was the community. The community in crypto fucking.
CZ did.
CZ, right? CZ was the man. So
Yeah, he's the one that said, "I'm not holding these." I guess he was one of the first biggest investors of FTX. Did you guys know that?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was one of the he's one of the initial investors of, and he had gotten most of it out. Like he made billions off of it. He made like $8 billion, but he still had $2 billion worth of FTT holdings. And so apparently, what I heard is that SBF was in front of Congress or somebody 2 months ago. This is all before this went down, and was trying to get regulation in, and he threw CZ under the bus. And then CZ found out about it and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go sell your stock because I know your FTT."
I think it's all BS.
And that's what started it.
All these centralized exchanges, I guarantee it, are that there's a bunch of bullshit going on. That this is what could be really bad for crypto. Is that all these other big centralized exchanges too? I bet you right now, if there was a bank run on Binance, there'd be a problem.
But there would be a bank if you did a bank run on anything. There would be a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even in traditional finance, it's a joke.
Yeah.
People think there's money at the banks. No.
Well, that's demand, supply and demand. Well, something just came out because the market. Oh no, that was just. I'm looking at a 10-second chart. Sorry, because I'm like just.
Oh, DGen alert.
Well, I mean, like,
I love it.
But think about it. If bad news comes out on a stock, you can break it down to that too, because everybody goes and sells stock at the same time, right? So it's the same thing. It's like trading, man. If everybody goes to the market at the same time to sell something, then the buyers will just disappear, or they'll sell it out. Would you guys remember the flash crash? What happened there? So the flash crash happened in like 7 or 8 or 9, I don't remember. Anyway, and some guy at a fund, instead of putting in like a 200,000 share of Procter and Gamble, put in like a 20 million market order on Procter and Gamble, and then he sent it to an ECN, which is like an electronic community, it's like ARCA or any of these others, and it just went out and smashed it, and it ended up setting off all the triggers and everything else. So it took the market down like 1,500 points in like, I don't know, a minute and a half. I mean, there were stocks that, like Accenture, the big insurance firm, the stock was a $45 stock. People got filled on existing orders at 2 cents.
So it was a fat finger.
Yeah, it was a fat finger thing. So they actually had to shut the market down there for a couple of hours. And then the next day, there were people that made and lost hundreds of millions, and they reversed all the trades.
Yeah. Isn't that what happened with oil? Remember when oil flash crashed? Went negative.
Well, no, but that was, I don't remember. I mean, I remember oil going negative, but it wasn't a flash crash or a fat
Holy
finger.
shit. Let me pull this up. This motherfucker was insane. Where's crude at?
So when they went down, when it flash crashed like that, it set. So everything is, all these funds and everything work together. So because the order wasn't sent to the exchange, it was sent to an electronic communication device. It just went right around the fucking New York Stock Exchange. It was Procter & Gamble's a big stock, 20 million share market order.
Look at this. Look on the screen I'm sharing right now. That's not a flash crash. Look at that week.
Yeah. I don't remember that.
Dude, it went negative.
Yeah, well, no, I got it. Did they uphold those trades or did they reverse them all?
No, I'm pretty sure they upheld them all.
Wow, they reversed almost all those trades. And
that thing ripped down.
Wow. That was it. A fat finger? Was it due to some fat fingering or what?
That's what I was gonna. That's where I was getting to. Is that the same thing that happened with crude? I don't know. I never heard anything about it.
I'll Google that at some point this afternoon. I never got big because like I said, if you went back and looked, like I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there just watching shit crater, and then the guy who mentored me, and it was my first mentor when I was trading. and I was his assistant. He was around in 87, and he was telling me like in 87 when they came in that Monday, basically, the market went from 800 to 300 or something like that. You know what I mean? And like basically cut it in half, the whole market. And they, by 11 o'clock in the morning, he said every broker dealer and market maker literally took because everything was done by phone then, took their phones off the hooks and just let them sit on the desk. And so that's why nothing could get filled. So it was just a free for all. Free fall.
Here it is on the daily. Look at that daily candle.
What's the date of it? Does it say?
Yeah. Yeah, when April 19th, 2020.
I'm gonna write that down. April.
It was right there during all the COVID bullshit.
Yeah, I see that. April 2020.
But look at the let me see here. Was there any what was popping here? Just madness. I remember watching it though. I think fucking it was like $20. $20 was what crude was at, and it just ripped down. I remember at one point it was like negative almost $1 or something, man, if I remember correctly.
Dude, they're smashing this market right now. I mean, not smashing it, but it's giving up everything. They smashed it at the start, ripped it all the way back up to the weekly.
Oh yeah, this thing. So we're right now we're back outside this daily volatility range. Could it come down and test the bottom of this weekly, like 397, 398? Yeah. Look at the dollar pumping.
Yeah.
Dollar's pumping. Everything else is getting wrecked. Yeah, Bitcoin's already at the bottom of its weekly. Big time. Sitting at the bottom of its weekly. So this has been
I will say this. I added on something on my charts. I added an opening range. Do you guys ever do that? So you have like an opening range where, it's kind of like the first hour or first 30 minutes, whatever you want to consider an opening range, and then have lines go forward. And I find those a lot of times those lines adhere up to our monthly, daily, or weekly lines quite a bit.
Does your post that you posted earlier, does that show that how you did that?
My poster earlier. Yeah, like when you see that, it's just an opening range thing that I found on an indicator. Okay. So one is an open, so you can see there's two things on there actually. There's an opening range. It's an opening range, and that's like the first hour, and then the bigger grayer one that's behind there is I think that's the overnight low and high. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. I don't know. It's called a DRIDB. I don't even know what the fuck it means. I don't know. I just like using I like to know what the overnight high and low is on the minis because they're levels. Again,
I see what you did. I see your gray area. Okay.
Yeah. So that's you can kind of see. So you can see that I have the VRE there, right? And I have RWT as well. And then the other one is just called opening range by somebody who knows, and the other one is I think it's just the overnight high and low. You know what I mean? But I'd like to know those levels for that because and you can see how they kind of they blend really well into our VRE levels very well.
I see you're using your EMAs too.
Yep. Okay. I probably put those back on the 9 because I found that you see I got my EMA on there and it goes well with that RWT. I like it because here's the thing: when you're trading these minis, man, they're really fast. Okay, and what happens is if I short or I buy, I can tell in my head by looking at by the level where my stop is. Okay, here's my risk. So. Like this morning I took a short here in the minis a few minutes ago while we were talking. I was using the weekly level, the weekly upper level, which it bounced off, and then the green lines above it, which I think are RS1, RS2, plus an opening range there or overnight high there, and that was my risk to short. You know what I mean? So I knew where to stop out.
All right, help me out, Bilbo, on this.
Yeah,
you guys were talking earlier about the difference between the EMA and the RWT. Doesn't the RWT yes, it's somewhat like an EMA, Except, don't forget, the foundation of alpha trading is
Yeah.
It works off of what? Not price action, but what?
Volume.
Returns.
Returns,
So
yeah.
isn't the RWT the basis of that? The returns, and therefore that is your difference between the EMA and the.
Well, the
and
thing
the
is,
RWT.
the wave trend's just traditional TA, and I'm sure there's fucking
Oh.
moving averages cooked into that thing, just like the MACD and all that other bullshit. But the reason why we like him is because they created the reverse model. And the reverse wave trend, reverse Fisher, powerful.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh,
Powerful.
great. Trust me, that's all I use is the VRE and the RW2. I mean, you know, I listen to you guys in entropy, and I really try to wrap my head around it. But you know, when I'm trying to get my bias of which way do I think it's going to go overall, I'll look at that. I mean, you know, I now I have a new fourth monitor I'm getting ready to hook up this morning, so hopefully I'll be able to have one that I can look like I can have the minis with the entropy and the Fishers and all that. You know.
Yeah, the EPP is a powerful indicator, especially when it's the
Which
only
one?
thing, the EPP, the entropy. But the only thing is when you got that predictor on, it is kind of confusing when you see it turning pink and blue, but it's sloping in a certain way. You know, once you watch it, you know, over and over again, you eventually wrap your head around it, I guess.
And here's the thing on this market right now.
The new or old one?
The entropy.
No, so right, but do you use the new one or the old one?
I use the new one. I like the new one.
Yes, I like the old
Now
one.
I do. I was using the old one, but now I do like the new one.
Yeah, I have a hard time with the new one for some reason. Then again, I have a natural way of making everything I do difficult anyway.
Yeah, like this right here, I would be like, here's how I would analyze that. It's like the dollar just came up to that tight daily range, had a little rejection here. Like to throw a short on right now, I would have to see the dollar get up above this daily range, start closing some candles, and then I would be for sure it's going to shoot up into this weekly, which would probably make me throw a short on these minis or something. But right now, I mean, look at the minis; are right above the center of the weekly, just like SPY. And you got the dollar below its tight range, and the dollar came up already at the beginning of the day and tested like the center of the weekly and rejected hard. The dollar rejects hard here and starts coming back down towards like this 68.3 Laplace or something, or these lower support levels on that daily volatility range. These things are going to pump, man. These things are going to pump probably.
So, yes, I see the minis are on our S1, S2, S3 right now.
Minis, yep.
They were. They're basically using that as support around 39. I think the low is 39.97.
Well, you can see like a candle hasn't even closed like earlier or in the early morning. Candle didn't close below the bottom of the weekly. Algos were there buying. Tried to dump it back down again. Didn't close barely closed this candle below that S3. But then pumped up right to 68.3 Laplace. What is that, the downside? Yeah. Downside of the 68.3 Laplace. Now it's rejecting again. But the dollar's stuck right here. I would want to see what's going to happen there for sure. 100%. Because the way the dollar dumped out, right down through that daily range, it'd be hard pressed to see this thing get back up above it, in my opinion. It can, obviously, but I don't know. This 15-minute candle on the E-minis, though, it's definitely pulling back. Definitely pulling back.
Man, I'm going to set up my VRE just like this. I love it. Why haven't we done this before? This is perfect.
Oh, I have. I just usually don't show it.
You see everything at once.
I like the way he's got it. It's crisp and clear. So now that I've got the Unlimited Pro, I'm going to make one just like that too. So you basically just have a VRE, a Laplace, and two normals.
Pretty much.
Right?
Yeah, I've got the daily and 4-hour levels of the distribution, Laplace and normal, and then just, the daily, weekly, monthly volatility ranges.
Why do you focus so much on the 15-minute, though? Why does that seem to be your favorite?
because that really sets it in stone for me. Like, you could have 5-minute candles. Say you could have 5-minute candles on Dixie closing above here, and I'm not as sure. It's like that. Those 5-minute candles can reverse so quick.
Candle close.
But you get some 15s closing up here. That's a different story. I felt just over time using that 15-minute chart, it seemed the best for me, for sure.
Fine. I'm just curious why you. Yeah, I was just curious why you focus so much on that one.
Yep, I just like it. I like the 15-minute candles. It gives me more of an idea of how powerful the moves are going to be.
Like the S&P and the spiders and the dollar. You could have oil and gold all in a 5. That would be your traditionals. That's perfect. I think I'm going to do the same thing today.
Yeah, definitely. I like having the dollar up because there's definitely.
Because I want.
We know how that works.
Correlations.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, let me see here. Is there anything else? So yeah, been an hour and a half. We've tortured enough people's eardrums. Let's see.
I gotta go. Hey, thanks guys. Good stream, Bilbo.
For sure. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
Have a great day.
For sure.
Take care, guys.
Yeah. Hey, Scott, real quick too. Yep. After I'm gonna post this right here real quick. So there was another like this Apex thing that I'm gonna look at today that I was telling you about. Here is the other one that I found that somebody turned me on to, and let me copy and paste it. Hang on, copy message link, and I'll paste it. Control V. Check this one. Oh, that's not going to show it. Shit. It's called TakeProfitTrader.com, and it's basically another one. It lets you trade cheap. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know if you were considering it, but
it's
just one of those. That maybe if you are actually looking. I'm trying to do it again. If you're actually looking or considering it, because I'm going to look into these guys today.
Right.
See if there it is right there. You see it, the .com I just put in.
Okay. Take Profit Trader.
And they got a deal going on today too, where everything's like 50%. So you got to remember, there's reoccurring fees every month. Okay?
Right.
So if you're going to trade, like hypothetically, if you're going to trade with 50 grand of other people's money or 75,000 or whatever it is, the Apex one at $34, which would normally be $180, that's every month.
Right.
Okay. So, you obviously you can get it reduced. And right now with these Black Cyber deals or whatever you want to call it, because today's Cyber Monday, right? Isn't it? What this is called?
Cyber Monday.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of shit going on. So, I don't know, just food for thought, man. To anybody's I'm not pushing this shit on anybody. That's not my point here. I'm just, if anybody's interested in something different or would like to use other people's money, instead of their own to trade with, and it can do it cheaply, and if you can pass a valuation, no matter what company it is, then you know what I mean. So
for sure, I'll look into it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, everybody
so you're not gonna shoot. When's your last day here then? Tomorrow?
Yep, tomorrow. Yep.
All right, so then you're off the rest of the week, and Matt's gone too. So
we might do a little freaking some little stream down there in Miami. We'll see.
You should do it from the Fountain Blue, bro, like a live podcast.
Yeah, we might just do a little, just showing the party and shit. Here we go.
Man.
Trade this.
Yeah. You taking a picture of a lot of. Oh, sorry, there's other women on here. All right, everybody, good night.
All right, see you, P-Funk. And if you're out there watching this on YouTube, the link to our Alpha Trading Discord is in the description of all of our videos. Come check us out. Open up a support ticket. Get your free Volatility Starter Pack. Yes, I said free. And the education is free. We're not here to try to retail traders. You've lost enough money in these markets. We're trying to teach you how to trade volatility. We're not going to charge you to do that. If sometime in the future you like the Volatility Starter Pack and you want to dive deeper into the Alpha Trading system, we're here for you as well. We got great deals running right now. So definitely come in, open up the support ticket, get your free Volatility Starter Pack, and then check out the shop channel. All that being said, wherever you live out on this big, beautiful blue marble, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, and we will see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you guys. Thank you.